Всем привет, с вами Антилард, продолжаю проходить Fallout 4 StoryWealth. В этой серии... Нифига себе, тут еще одна такая гигантская пушка. Вы видели это говно? В этой серии делаем квест The State of War. Тут их 3 такие, может даже 4. Не знаю, ни хрена не видно, тут радиоактивный шторм начался. State of War. Захватить аванпост ганнеров. Так, давайте посмотрим, что у нас тут есть. Квинзи. Квинзи, я думаю, подойдет. Он близко. Мёрквотер, по-моему, тоже не захвачен. Давайте Мёрквотер, потому что он обнаружен, и его потом сложно будет найти. Поехали. Итак, мы приближаемся к аванпосту Мёрквотер. Дословно болотистая вода. Здесь где-то должен быть флаг. Мне сейчас надо найти этот флаг. Хоть что-нибудь здесь должно быть. Не вижу, чтобы здесь что-то было. Как же мне этот Мёрквотер захватить? Собака. Hello.
Hey! Don't worry, dog meat.
Не знаю, мне кажется, из-за того, что здесь нет ни одного ганнера, мне нечего банально, так сказать, засветить. Давайте Квинзи тогда сделаем. Квинзи ганнеры должны быть. Вы на Квинзи. Да фак. Было нахуй. Да ёб твою... Ну! Что это такое?
Bullets I got left. Shit.
Нет. Куда летит это говно? Окей. Yes. Окей, окей. Это должно выполнить квест на аванпост. Ну, я надеюсь. Если нет, пойду на Spectacle Island, наверное. Нет, это не выполнило ничего. Жаль. Так, тогда... Spectacle Island. Ближе ничего нет. Замок я уже освободил. Походу, да, Spectacle Island остается.
Huh?
Damn it! It's broken.
Так. Liberate. Capture a gunner. Capture 0 out of 3 gunner territories. Under one banner. Speak to Salvador via HQ radio. Фига себе тут спойлсов, ебать. Все, спускайте меня вниз. Да блять.
Okay, keep calm. It's probably... Huh. Weird.
Ну,
It's Salvador. There's something I want to talk to you about. I've noticed you're on friendly terms with a number of groups within the Commonwealth. Cultivating camaraderie with others. That's a wise move. There's strength in numbers, and that strength is far greater when everyone knows they can rely on each other.
That's true.
There may be others in the Commonwealth willing to ally themselves with us. If you come across any other groups out there, consider helping them. That was all. Safe travels.
здесь The Institute. Что это значит, блин? Help the groups you've met to gain alliances and defeat gunners permanently. Speak to Salvador via HQ Radio. Еще раз.
I am pleased to see that we now have facilities.
Uh-huh. Never mind.
Okay. Capture 3 gunner territories. Spectacle Island вообще, блин, буминг. Бизнес из буминг. Что еще я могу отбить у ганнеров? Museum of Witchcraft. Югос Холл. Макро фишпекинг. Поехали. У меня честно насрать.
Got company.
Упс!
You mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. You are really pissing me off. What's back here?
Look at all the blood.
Упс.
Yes.
Рип. Один человек погиб. Все равно S. Двое погибли. Но все равно S. Окей. Окей. Я без понятия, как эти гребаные ранги начисляются. Без понятия.
We got someone in the HQ's meeting room. They want to talk with you. That was all. Nothing else.
Магнуссон какой-то. Envoy. Help the groups you've met to gain alliances. Defeat the gunners permanently. Магнуссом.
Hello? Hello! Blasted pile of Robco junk.
Who is this?
Finally! It's about damn time. I am the Dr. K.S. Magnuson, inventor of the comm hub, what you know as ASAMs, not to mention a myriad of other groundbreaking technologies. And dare I say, young lady, that today is your lucky day. You are about to receive guidance from quite possibly the most brilliant mind left in the wasteland. On the off chance that you're a simpleton, I am referring to me.
Sorry. Who are you?
Oh God, you are simple. That or being in the wastes for so long has addled your mind. Very well. Listen carefully. I am Magnuson, once heralded as one of America's greatest heroes. Soldier, astronaut, inventor, genius visionary. I'm sure you'll have seen me on TV, or read about me in the newspaper at some point.
Tell me more.
The devices you and your partner have been using all over the Commonwealth, they are of my design. The ASAMs, the comm hub. I invented these. It is thanks to my genius alone that you have had the tools to do what you have. And now, I come to offer you personal guidance.
This must be a trick.
Whilst, usually, I'd encourage skepticism, now is not the time. Now, ever since you reactivated the comm hub, I have been aware of your activities. I know about your efforts to rebuild the Commonwealth, and of your fight against the group called the Gunners. And for the most part, I have approved. However, due to technical difficulties, I have been unable to make direct contact to offer assistance. Until now, at least.
It took this long to make contact?
As I said, there were complications. But, whilst I may have been unable to talk with you, that doesn't mean I was content to sit on my laurels.
You really from before the war?
Something of a cynic, are we? The Great War, or something like it, was inevitable. It was only prudent that I and others like me took the necessary precautions to see us through.
Go on.
Since I was not able to speak with you, I decided to instead monitor Gunner communiques and redirect anything that appeared relevant or critical via the comm hub, allowing you and your partner to overhear the Gunners and prepare yourselves accordingly. I am glad to see that you have been using this to your advantage.
How did you find us?
It wasn't difficult. As soon as you activated the comm hub, my lab's mainframe connected automatically. You see, the hub was meant to be interfaced with a local satellite station, allowing me to supervise a personal project. Instead, I've been receiving data and radio chatter from you, your partner, and every single person who happens to be using an ASAM. You cannot imagine the sheer amount of inane drivel I've had to endure.
Monitored? What do you mean?
In their infinite wisdom, the Gunners have commandeered one of my auxiliary radio towers, tying it to their network. As such, I've been privy to a fair number of sensitive communications. I decided it best to forward some of these transmissions to you and your partner via the comm hub, indirectly providing you with useful intelligence and valuable insight into the Gunners' movements and plans.
So it was you.
Yes, it was me. All hail Magnuson, glorious defender of the wasteland. In It's thanks to my intervention alone that you managed to keep one step ahead of the Gunners all this time. So, you're welcome. But simply playing telephone is no longer enough. If you're to win this war of yours, you'll need more than overheard radio chatter. You may have noticed the Gunners have equipped themselves with some interesting new weaponry. Energy weapons, nuclear devices, all courtesy of their employer. Well, they're not the only ones who can play that game. I'm forwarding you coordinates to a pre-war cache. It'll have equipment that can help you. You should acquire its contents as soon as you are able.
What's in the cache?
I'd have thought the term equipment self-explanatory, but if you must know, the cache contains food, medical supplies, precious materials, all of which will be useful here at HQ, I'm sure. And the piece de resistance, the first step to ending your war against the Gunners, the Stheno. But I'll leave the details of that as a surprise.
Чё, блять?
Why are you helping me?
The Gunners' actions threaten more than just the Commonwealth. If they're not stopped, America's best hope for a future dies.
Pre-war cache, huh? This'll be interesting.
Provided the seals have held, you'll be the first thing to have set foot inside in over 2 centuries. So, do try not to scuff the carpet. Travel to Wildwood Cemetery. Should still be there. In one of the mausoleums, there's a false tomb. Inside, a ladder leading to a small bunker. Enter, and when prompted, speak the passcode. Moonlight's burning. You'll then gain access to the equipment. There'll be a gun there. Take it.
Окей.
I'll contact you again soon. Until then, I'd consider it a personal favor if you didn't get yourself killed. There's too much at stake, and your demise is not something I care to factor into my calculations.
Блять,
Hey,
что
Garland.
еще?
Didn't mean to eavesdrop, but that radio call was being piped through the comm array. We heard the whole thing. You really think that was Magnuson? The guy who 200 years ago invented ASAMs? The same guy whose office we were in.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, you're right. If we play along, maybe we'll get a chance to ask him in person. For now, I think we should do what Magnuson says. You should visit this cache of his.
Right?
All right, then.
Mm-hmm.
Так. Давайте вот с этого начнем. Я перегружен. Чем я перегружен? Дробовиком. Понятно. Ладно.
Discharging ordnance.
Вильям Шепард. Лэшхаммер. Голдбар. Окей.
Sweet. Excuse me.
Warning, you are in violation of a security zone. Use of lethal force is imminent.
Moonlight's burning.
Эно.
Excellent.
Такое же говно, как то, которое я использовал.
I think I've heard enough. I believe I'll have to pass on your imaginative project. Thank you very much for your time. Susie, please send up by 3 o'clock.
Right away, Mr. Mallard.
Now, hold your horses. Every other senior staff member has already signed off on this. Dr. Gray even called it the most important initiative ever proposed. Now, I hear from some foppish dope, no less, that Robco isn't interested in what would be my greatest project to date. Tell me, sonny boy, were you dropped on your head much as a child?
Mr. Magnuson.
Dr. Magnuson!
Doctor. To be blunt, I just can't imagine why Robco should fund something so radical. Such things are better left to companies like Vault-Tec.
Vault-Tec? Americans deserve better than anything they could cobble together. Humanity shouldn't be hidden underground like rats in a maze.
Dr. Magnuson, please. Your project proposal is simply too far-fetched to be feasible. Now, I'm very busy, so if you please.
Ambitious, yes, but far-fetched. Your CEO didn't seem to think so.
Wait. You've spoken to...
Oh, many times. He and I are old school buddies. It was his idea that I bring the project to Robco in the first place. He just needed you to sign off on it. But I suppose I'll just have to head back to Vegas, let him know the bad news. I doubt he'll be happy with all this wasted time.
Wait, hold on. Maybe I just didn't fully grasp your proposal. But on further reflection, I can see why this would be something Robco should pursue. Yes, I'll just sign the contracts now.
Spine of steel, eh, Mallard?
What?
Oh, nothing. Now, since we're all sorted, I'll write up a list of all the resources I'll be requiring. Oh, and if you speak to Robert, tell him Carl hopes his refrigerator is running. He'll know what it means.
Окей.
Hello, Dullard. What brings you to the labs? Yet again?
It's Mallard, Magnuson, as you well know.
Oh, is that so? Very sorry. Hard to remember names, what with all these interruptions. So, what do I owe the pleasure of this latest hindrance?
This morning, on my desk, I found a folder containing the board's approved development path. The same folder I handed you yesterday. Returned and unopened.
Oh, that. Well, you see, I was going to read it, but then I realized it was penned by a gaggle of gibbering boobs who know nothing about anything. So, I sent it back to someone who'd appreciate such mewling hogwash. I did attach a note with some suggestions, though.
Ah, yes. The crude drawings. Very amusing.
Yes, I thought so.
Magnuson, I don't like repeating myself.
Surprising you do it so often, then.
But, as I've said before, the board has agreed to fund this project of yours, but they still expect you to provide something of immediate value in return. Now this advanced survey and activity monitoring sensor, this is something I feel has potential. If you could focus your efforts on its further development, make it more streamlined, its potential commercial value would increase tenfold. This will be your final warning, Magnuson. So, I suggest you shape up and fix the attitude. Or, I may have to revisit your contract with Robco.
Blathering dolt.
You shouldn't antagonize him. Why not just give him what he wants?
His threats are as hollow as his head. Mallard's a narrow-minded, pin-pushing blotter-jotter. A small man with a small mind. We simply don't have time to humor his visions of commercial enterprise. Project Selene will progress in the manner I choose. Now, what's the news on the Zax delivery?
Rocket brand ASAM sensors, America's #1 sensor solution.
Once again, dullard, you demonstrate your ignorance. I'm afraid you've wasted your time showing me this concept pitch of yours. The ASAM sensors, as you've dubbed them, are but one small part of my project, and I've no interest in turning them into a commercial labor substitute for Robco.
Magnuson, you misunderstand. This wasn't a concept pitch for your approval. No, that was an advertisement for an authorized new product. We've already begun pre-production. Hey, we're even in talks to partner with Vault-Tec, hence the presence of their chief procurement officer.
What are you talking about, Mallard?
I told you, the board expected something of value in return for your funding. But since you were unwilling, or incapable, one of your staff instead took the initiative, refining your research into something practical. You know, perhaps with this, we can finally start recouping some of the losses from funding your cockamamie Project Selene.
Now, you listen here.
No, Mr. Magnuson, you listen. As the clause in subsection 5 of your contract dictates, with the delivery of any viable product, a contractor's employ is open to amendment or conclusion. With a product now delivered by your research, I declare your contract terms fulfilled.
How dare you bastardize my work with this half-baked product! You know what's coming. We must see my project to completion.
We hope you've enjoyed your time working for Robco Industries. You have an hour to gather your belongings and vacate the premises.
Окей. Так, давайте посмотрим, что за говно мне всучили. Штено. Еще один вариант Stupefying. Все равно этого не хватит ни на что полезное. Charging Barrel. Ха! Это... Не знаю. Я не знаю. Ну еще и дэмэдж увеличивает. По факту, вот сейчас вот это Штено дизайн. Все равно отличается только материалом. А, блин. Я снял материал. Теперь я не могу его поставить обратно. Ну и ладно, мне, честно говоря, насрать. Это просто отличающийся дизайном, причем это приделано на какую-то другую фигню. Так, data. Find the штену and other supplies. Что еще? Я нашел штену and other supplies. Здесь нет больше ничего. Что еще здесь может быть? Все, это вот все, что здесь есть. Бесполезный кусок говна. Ах. Блять, ну это что за хуйня?
Listen here. By now, you must have found my old hideaway. Tell me, what do you think of the gun you found? The Steno?
It's nothing special.
I'm sure some would say the same of you. Of course, they'd be incorrect, just as you are incorrect about the Steno. But not everyone has an eye for quality. And regardless, I must say, I'm pleased you decided to follow my advice. Make sure you keep hold of that rifle. You'll need it.
How is a gun gonna help us?
Ha! The Steno is an impressive weapon. There's no doubt in my mind about that. But, you're right. A single gun won't win you this war. No, the Steno is but the first stepping stone. To deal with your gunner problem, we're going to require something with a bit more firepower.
Let's hear it.
Tell me, have you ever looked up at the night sky and pondered, what's up there? It's more than just stars, you know. Hundreds, possibly thousands of man-made satellites still orbit this once beautiful globe. And some of those satellites were once part of the United States Atomic Rain Program.
I think I saw a bit about it on the news back before the war.
That's rather likely. I do recall the politicians wanting to make a big fuss out of it. After all, with the right propaganda, you can reassure the citizenry and scare your enemy's witness, all at the same time.
Tell me more.
Operated out of Adams Air Force Base, Atomic Rain was a complex network of orbiting weapon platforms, each armed with tactical nuclear missiles. Now, after being unattended for so long, most of these satellites would have likely malfunctioned or be damaged. But a handful should still be serviceable, patiently sitting idle, awaiting their next command. A command that we shall send them.
What happened at Adams Air Force Base?
As far as the public knew, and most of the serving officers for that matter, Adams was just a typical Air Force base. Hangars filled with jet fighters, cadets being drilled in the training yards, and so on and so forth. However, located just a few clicks beneath the surface was ECAM, The East Coast Aerospace Management System. Control Center for Atomic Rain. And a few other things too. Officially, ECAM was established to defend our soil against enemy incursion. Unofficially, it was to monitor and react in event of any native resistance that may have occurred due to the ever-escalating civil unrest.
I can see where this is going.
Precisely. By gaining control of the Atomic Rain satellites, we can commandeer their nuclear arsenal and use it to wipe the gunners off the face of the Earth. In one fell swoop, we can destroy your enemy and put a definitive end to this war. Considering they tried to nuke you, seems a rather poetic response, don't you think?
So, how are you going to do that?
Not me. You. Whilst I can guide you, in the end it will be your hand pushing the button. Now, you've already acquired the Steno. The next step to gaining control of Atomic Rain requires you to obtain something from a certain location. But there is a complication. I can't quite remember where.
What do you mean? Why not?
My memory isn't what it once was. There are gaps in my knowledge. Certain things elude me. Faces, names, dates, locations. There are even times that I lose. But never mind all that. Suffice it to say, I'm going to need some assistance.
I'm gonna need more to go on here.
Yes, I know. I'm well aware that's not enough information to do anything with. Now let me think. Whilst my memory is fuzzy, I do recollect something. Saint James. Perhaps some kind of church? No, that doesn't seem right.
What exactly are we looking for?
To gain control of Atomic Rain, you'll be needing some specific hardware. I've hidden data for said hardware somewhere. I just can't remember where. All I can seem to recall is St. James, but I know that's not where I hid it.
Where is this place?
There were a number of churches around the Commonwealth. St. Mary's, St. Augustine's, but no St. James from what I recall. Could be it's not even a church, or maybe it's a care home or a hospital. But I couldn't tell you where it may be. I'm sorry. I just don't remember.
Where do I start?
Yes, that is the question, isn't it? I must admit, I'm unaccustomed to not having all the answers. I would say start with St. James, but I have no idea where that is. I do seem to associate that name with a few other places, though. Places like the Old Warren Theater, the Prost Bar, and the Boylston Club. Perhaps if you were to visit some of these old haunts of mine, you could uncover some information on St. James. And then, once we know more about it, chances are likely I'll know where to send you next. Well then, you have your next task. Off you go. I'll radio later to check up on you. Best of luck out there.
Окей, это пипец квест, какое же говно, ё-моё. Ладненько. Так, я сейчас еще вот что сделаю. Так, вот оригинальный Стено. Что я могу с ними делать? Короче, вот эту штуку снимать нельзя, потому что она тогда испортится. Charging bar, снайпер бар. Ну, вы понимаете, что это говно, да? Я тоже. Так, в следующей серии продолжим. Всем спасибо, с вами был Антилар, всем пока.